Oh yeah, especially with this shield, that's such a good look. Love it. Alright, well let's continue on with the story. We've done enough gallivanting around.
In a bind.
Oh man, a triple? What are the odds? Damn, he's good.
You're mine. In here. Let me help. There are for interrupted. Here. This one is mine. If it's in the sky, it's mine. I'll face you. Do it. Astral energy. Full throttle.
Wonder Baker dogs. Dude, I can't remember that shit. I only beat Legendia once. I wanted to to rebuy it just to add to my collection. But they probably sell me that shit at an exorbitant price because they know that those games are rare. Although Legendia was, in my opinion, the redheaded stepchild. Wonder Baker. It's too bad that game's combat was so dumb. It's like they went back to the super old school style with that game instead of progressing forward like they had done.
I'll face you. Can't get out of this. You're mine. Too fast! Stand back. I'll trip it up. I'll face you. Elusive deity. Power reflect on thy stance. They smite with... Now it's my turn. Begin. Take this. Prepare to be sealed. Tornado glide.
I never miss. I'll be saving
You'll find no mercy. No further. Behold.
Don't forget that we got to voice act the second half of the game, yeah. You somehow own 2 copies. Would you be willing to give me one or perhaps sell it at a reduced price because we're friends?
Can you take it? Rinwell. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis. You don't mess around. Go. I'm all stocked
Certainly not. Does it hurt?
One of them I think is my copy because I traded it to you for Guitar Hero because I didn't like the game that much. I'm fairly certain I traded it to you for Guitar Hero 2.
Well, looky here.
Hey, 42 Rinwell perhaps? No, it's not. Like, I'm fairly certain that is what happened. I traded it to you for Guitar Hero 2. Back in those innocent high school days where people traded physical copies of things with each other. Well, I think that's it. Farewell, mage. My family was responsible for the great cataclysm that befell the world. Like, we're like low-key sleeping on Rinwell's story. She's probably the real final thingamajig of this whole game. Gold chunk, nice. Won't say no to more money. Go buy yourself some more money.
I'll do my best. I'll face you.
Yeah, you get like an increased damage modifier against stuff that's lower level than you. Because all of a sudden my damage goes from doing 27 a chunk to...
You must be rubbing off on me.
Let's kick some ass, kid.
Leave the enemy's arc alone.
No complaints here.
66 a chunk.
Was that a new skill I saw back there?
Indeed.
Skill.
Well, sort of. Actually, it's a family staple harkening back 8 generations.
Oh, it's not new at all.
Sleep now. I'll be safe and stabilized. We managed to turn the tide.
For now, but things could shift at a moment's notice.
You're right. Better
Can you
stay
take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Going in.
Can you take it?
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
They have less armor? I mean, I
Everyone
guess.
still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
I guess what you say makes some kind of sense. I don't check their stats. I'm not a brainiac. When it comes to checking monster stats. I don't know, I mean, we have a... one of these. Armadillo Mound. .506, 455, 831. Damn, look at that. I mean, I guess you're right. So the question is, like, what is the damage formula calculation? Because, my attack is 513, my elemental attack is 612. Why is Rin... Oh, it's because of the owls. Like, Rinwell's like a fucking glass cannon. She has the highest amount of any kind of damage. Like, over 300 more damage. Like, well, 200 more damage than me. 612. 539. 681. 521. 619. 811. Like, where the hell is all that power coming from? And why do we have so little of it, everybody else? Good luck. That usually takes a ton of people to figure out. You also have Dynasty Warriors 2. I have Dynasty Warriors 2.
Not like we've got the gall to spare for it, though.
Like, you have 2 copies of that, or are you just, like, mentioning the fact that you have Dynasty Warriors 2? Oh, you mean figuring out damage calculations? I'm sure I could. It's just math, right? Like, math is easy for my brain. Works well with math and formulas and calculations. My brain does not work well with geometry. I was bad at geometry, and the only reason I was good at trigonometry was because there was math, like algebra, in it. My sister, on the other hand, like, she's better with geometry. Like, her brain, like, has spatial awareness. Or like shape, or I forget what it's called. It's been a while. But like, I work better with formulas and math because it makes my brain feel good. Because numbers don't lie to you, man. They would never betray me. But geometry, I was not good at geometry. Well, it's not always so simple. You use formulas.
Okay, off we go.
Use formulas, odd formulas, and modifiers. I'm sure I could figure it out. If I took the time to do it. I just don't want to take the time, that's the thing. But it's just math.
Coming through. Begin.
In a bind?
Come forth, ready.
Look sharp.
Can you take it?
Right here. I got you. Do it.
Like, the dudes who do that kind of thing, like Manny Throw for the DOS2 formulas and stuff, like, they do that because they want to do it. Like, they have a need in their brain to want to understand what the math is. For me, it's like I'd like to know it, but not enough to actually put the work into figuring it out.
Dispose of the trash.
Thank you.
Look sharp. I'm not so good with airborne targets. Make it rain! Neon, astral energy, full throttle!
16k critical,
Those astral
baby.
arts of yours are pretty impressive.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
In a bind?
Look sharp!
Air thrust, going in.
You wanna play? Your reflexes will not serve you well here. Can you take it?
All disasters stage 1.
Stand back. I'll trip it up. Take this. Rotating pile driver.
This could be useful.
Out of our way.
I'll face you.
They've got me surrounded. Confiscated.
No, they don't. They're far away from the enemy.
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Elusive deity. Flying free.
Impressive.
History abounds with tales of lords daring exploits.
Maybe you'll share some with me.
Make it red.
Never mind, he did.
This'll come in handy.
Look up the bullcrap from Monster Hunter. There are
Heavy
hidden
shielding
values
on
and
that
modifiers and stat
Here,
weights. Takes
you wanna
hours and
try
hours of
holding
testing to get the right values.
How
Well,
do you
yeah,
even walk with this
but that's
thing?
Monster Hunter. We don't know if that's the case for this game. And a modifier is just like another coefficient to multiply. Like, that's not hard to do for me. Figuring it out will take time, but that's what's the like the hard part is taking the time to do it. Like, once you figure out what the math is, doing the math is the easy part because you just plug in all the numbers. And if you have a calculator, it's even easier.
Can you take it? The tide of battle has turned in our favor.
Then let's keep pressing the attack.
Indeed, but remain ever vigilant.
Winds of heaven. First sight.
That was almost too easy.
No enemy can stand against us.
If only every battle went so well.
It's just math at the end of the day, baby.
Out of our way.
It might be complicated math, but it's still just numbers that you add or multiply together.
Does it hurt?
This one's mine. Burning.
Can you take it?
Hear my call.
Take this.
Glacial spear. Here's evil. This one's mine.
Can't get out of this.
Who wants to die next? In here.
I'll face you.
Going in. Do it. Get toasty.
Burn strike. Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Can you take it? Take this.
Right here. I got it.
The key is figuring out how they do their formulas, and some games do it in roundabout ways. Well, true.
Just like that, I'm back in it. Start by holding the front line. No sooner said than done.
But once you have the like, I don't know. I don't think it would be that hard. But do I want to do it at the same time? It's like, no. I don't have the ambition,
This could be useful.
to quote Volron, to like sit down and math out the numbers. Because that's the tedious part. Like, doing the math is the easy part. Which is what I've been like trying to say this whole time. It's like, I don't think that, oh, I'm a super math genius.
Let's see what you've
But
got.
figuring out what formulas are, like, my brain works well with formulas. I could probably do it. But it wouldn't get me anything. Like, not even the satisfaction of doing it.
We've got flyers. All yours.
Over so soon.
It's like in Harry Potter, whenever, like, Percy kept, like, making himself, like, apparate downstairs just to prove he could. Like, it does nothing for me to prove that I can do something. Could do it, but do I want to take the time to do it? It's like, I'm okay. Veteran rancher. But, you know, by me saying that, I'm not taking away from the accomplishments of people who take the time to do the math. Like, I'm not saying I'm any better or worse than those guys. But I don't have the passion that those guys have for figuring out formulas. Finally, on with the plot.
I think it's safe to rest here now. I think there's someone in trouble here.
Well,
Oh, never would have guessed there was somewhere to hide around here, but I'm not complaining. What's got you all worked up? Have you looked outside, lady? There are swarms of Zoogles on the loose out there.
seriously?
Gee, sounds terrible. Even worse, these Zoogles fly and they zip everywhere.
I guess.
You've got that right. They like to spread out all over the place when they see you.
What?
Worst thing that's ever happened to Dana. Seriously scary out there. About the best thing I can do right now is hide here and hope they go away.
All right.
Huh?
Hurting anyone, why not just leave them alone? There's something standing right in front of you. He's terrified.
You did it.
Around Ockfotal Hills. Sounds like we'll be dealing with a whole mess of Zoigles.
What is it?
Skybound Swarm. You say it's in Ockfotal Hills. We just came from there. Defeat the Zoigle swarms in Ockfotal Hill. Okay, well, can do. Hopefully it's just swarms and it's not another Zoogle monster. Although, Gigant Zogle, I mean. We're like level 41, 40, so we'll see.
I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zoogles, I would reckon.
If you're still there, if you're still their age, I would like you to send me links to those songs that you showed me yesterday so I can show my other friend. 'Cause they were pretty good. Even if a bit heretical.
Lively. Poodle and I are raring to go.
Isn't it past your bedtime?
Says the guy who can't stop yawning.
Damn, that's a lot of skits. Oh, hey.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
In Monster Hunter,
been
each
thinking
monster
about
has a
what we discussed
resistance and
earlier.
different values on
His
each body
reasons
part,
might
and it
not have been pure,
changes if they
but in the
are
end,
enraged or not. I don't
Dohalim
know
still
if this
made
game is that
Eldermen and
complex.
Sia a place where Danans and Renans can coexist. I thought everyone would welcome that change with open arms.
Like, the tedious
I took
part
pride
of
in what we
figuring
had
out the
without putting in
math
the
would
work
be
to
having to
truly
stop
solidify
and
it.
write down the
After so
numbers
much failure,
to see what a monster does
do you
when it's
think I even have
enraged,
the
to
right
see
to
how much
pursue my
reduced
ideals?
damage it takes whenever
doesn't
its
matter
defense
what
is a
I
certain
think.
number.
You've
Like,
already
I don't
found
think
your
that's
answer,
hard, it's just
haven't you?
tedious.
I know what I want to say.
Because math always works
but I
out to
can't
be the
help
same
but
number,
wonder
because
if I'm
algebra
being
is like,
selfish.
numbers are
Everybody
provable,
makes
and if you're getting the
mistakes in
wrong
life,
number each
Kisara.
time, then you have to keep
Everybody.
messing with
It's
the
what you do
formula until the
afterwards
numbers
that
match.
matters. But you already knew that, right?
Yeah,
While also
I
playing
won't
the
look
game.
away from the world any longer. I'll do my
Well, yeah,
best
that's
to
the tedious
confront
part. It's like I'd have to
reality
stop,
so that we don't lose
see how much
anyone
damage
else.
I'm doing to an enemy, see how
ever
much
again.
their
More to the
defense is, how much their
point,
resistance
Dohalim needs
is.
someone who can push him forward.
I could do it, but I
think we
don't
both
care
get
enough to know
lost
what
in
the
our
formulas
sorrow
are
too easily when we
to do
focus
it.
on the past.
But I don't think it would be difficult. It's
If
just
we see that
tedious.
happening, we'll
And,
set him
like,
straight.
difficulty
Don't
and
worry.
tedium are not the same
We'll
thing,
look out
in my
for
opinion.
both of you. I have to say though, if you turned out this well modeling yourself after Miguel, he really must have been a great man.
What, you didn't believe me before? I'm pretty sure I've been going on about him since I joined up. If you need more convincing, I've got plenty more stories about him.
Maybe another time.
You were not close to
Don't
Nikasara.
worry. Once I
Evidently.
finish folding these clothes,
Apparently.
I'll go to sleep.
All we ever do is talk about Miguel. When are we gonna
Before
talk
we
about
go,
me?
Do you guys have everything?
Akfotal Hills is up this way.
Out of my way!
Can you take it? Does it hurt? Take it.
With precision like that, I'm glad you're not on the other side.
2,
Likewise,
3,
you and that shield.
4.
Best to stay in one another's good graces then.
Each character probably has their own modifier too, since Dohun's attacks are a lot
Whoa,
faster. He
looky
probably has a
here.
lower coefficient than Elfin. Maybe. Unless someone chooses to do the math and we just don't know.
Out of my way!
Begin. No further.
You want
Oh, never mind, he just jumped out of it.
I'll face you.
Hear them! Thunderblade! Chain blade of heaven and earth! Here's evil!
Ignore it.
Wailing banshee of lightning! Freeze now!
Fine. Freeze.
What if they took that still?
Seal, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Infant deity. Reflect on thy sin. They smite with blackened execution.
Impressive. I didn't even get to have my
Yeah, I definitely do more damage with my
Daring exploits.
elemental spells.
We're in good form.
I won't forgive you!
Take the piercing.
Illuminate the dark! Glitter field! Here's evil! Chain between heaven and earth!
Take this.
A wailing banshee of lightning! You're spicier than you look!
Can't change the future without getting your hands dirty.
Dramatic, but fair.
Make it rain!
Law, get toasty!
Bird strike. Our superiority was undeniable.